Hey everyone, so this would be a 1 month review of the new 2020 Amazon Fire HD8. This one I have here is the Plus version, which in the US is only $20 more, and I highly recommend getting the Plus over the non-Plus version. For that 1 GB of RAM alone, it is worth $20 more. So before I bought this guy, I was using the 2019 Amazon Fire HD10. This has 2 GB of RAM, but a better processor. This has 3 GB of RAM and a worse processor. Depending on what you're doing, one is better than the other. But overall, though, I think I actually like the new HD8 a bit better, just because it keeps your apps open better. This has a tendency, after a while of using an app, it kind of, at least in my experience, this one kind of starts going slower, which I did not experience with this guy. And on some apps, such as cars.com, as I mentioned in my other reviews, on the HD10, it actually has quit the app on me. When I restarted it, I've not had that issue on this HD8 Plus. And that is due to the extra RAM. But since I've had this guy, I have not even used the HD10. In fact, it is actually dead. But in full disclosure, though, I do also use a 2019 iPad Air. I kind of go between these two guys, depending on the day, depending on what I'm doing, just depending on which one I see first, really. So I do also use this, but I have been using this guy quite a bit in the last month or so here. All in all, this is a fantastic device, especially for only $110, especially compared to the iPad Air, which is like $500. This thing is a really, really great deal. It has the same amount of RAM. Of course, it just does not have as good of a processor as the iPad does. But this is not a comparison video. Yeah, so this is a great little device. I'm just going to show you around it real fast here. And do one more quick comparison. This is a 2016 version of the same device. Just, of course, they did not have a Plus version back then. And you guys can see it does have a bit of a different dimensions on it. They have a different styling cue. I do like this one better, just a little bit fatter and not as, we'll call it, long. Then also camera, they moved up here, which is sideways. On this one, it was up here. Again, not a comparison video though. Otherwise, so they moved the camera there, and the camera actually is better than on the old ones. Again, it's not great, but it is better. Then up top, you have your volume rocker, power button, USB Type-C, which is awesome, charges faster. Still get a headphone jack on these guys. You can do a 1 TB micro SD card expansion there. And then you do still get the dual stereo speakers, which is awesome. And before I do forget to talk about the speakers, they are good. I say they're a little bit better than the old HD8s are, but they're not as good as the HD10. My thought for the reason why that is just because this is a smarter device than HD10 is. So just like with the iPads, the minis do not have as good of a speaker system or speakers as the Airs do. You know, they're pretty much the same device, just one's bigger than the other. Same thing goes with this guy and this guy. This one has a better speaker. I'm thinking that's due to the size of it. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a very good speaker. Again, the dual speakers, they sound really good, they just do not get that loud. So if you're in a very noisy spot, you're probably going to be using headphones anyway. It does have a headphone jack or Bluetooth as well. You might not be able to hear things, though, if you're just using speakers. But if you're by yourself in your room watching Netflix or YouTube, whatever, they are more than fine. They sound actually pretty good. One thing I do not like about this, as I mentioned in my initial review, is that they moved the power button here instead of on the ends. And I just do not like that orientation. Even after a month, I'm still not used to it. I keep trying to do it up here, which would be the volume rocker. Not such a good thing. When you get into, I mean, that's a very minor thing, but when you get into the home screen, it is going to be the same as any other Amazon device. So you swipe over, you can see different things. So newsstand, Audible, music, shop, games and apps, video, books. So this will be all your different books you're reading. Your home screen, and then for you. Personally, I just use this main home screen here. I almost never go to the side because I just go into the apps itself that I'm trying to find. And all your apps are on here, so it's not like a Android device where you have to like scroll up or whatever to get into an app. And soon, one more thing that I mentioned is definitely download the Google Play Store. Don't know how to do it, just Google how to download Google Play Store on Amazon Fire and it should come up. Otherwise, go to my YouTube channel. I do have a video that explains step by step on how to do it. It's very easy to do. It takes like maybe 5 minutes, and it is a lot better than Amazon's own app store. Speaking of Amazon apps, let's talk about what you get on here that you cannot delete. Which is called Bloatware. That's basically what these are. You cannot delete them. You get the Silk browser, which actually I use all the time. I actually really do like this browser. It's nice and fast on this device. You get Shop Amazon, which just brings you to Amazon. You get Amazon's App Store. Again, not as good as the Google Play Store, but there are some stuff that's on there. That's okay. And then you get Prime Video, Free Time, Books, which would be Kindle. You get Amazon Music, Audible, News, Photos, Games, Amazon A, I'm not going to say her name, Goodreads, Newsstand. So you get a whole bunch of different Amazon apps, as this is an Amazon device, and they really do throw Amazon stuff in your face. And again, you cannot delete it, as I'll show here. So the things I can delete are things I've added onto this device. Nothing else. So you're stuck with them. You do get Amazon A on here, so if you say her name, you can do anything that you do with any other Amazon A device, which is cool. Personally, I don't use it on here, but you can if you want to. I'll go through this one very quick, but I just want to talk about the cameras real fast here. So there is I don't think anyone's going to be using this for a camera device, for the cameras themselves, but we'll go into it. So you do get the rear-facing camera. You guys cannot see that very well. It's not the worst thing ever. It definitely has improved over the last generation or even the hd8. It's not horrible, but I would not recommend using it. And then you also do have the front-facing camera. Hello. As well. Sorry about my bad hairdo. It's one of those days I just did not do it. So you do get front and rear. Again, neither of them are good, but it's good enough for basic use, like using the front facing for video conferencing or whatever you guys do with it. Yeah, so again, I wouldn't use it for actual photo taking. I'm sure you guys' phones are better. Let's talk about internet browsing, which I'm sure is what a lot of people will be using this for. So we'll go to Amazon. I'll show you guys how fast it is. My internet is decently fast. Download speeds of somewhere around 100 megabytes a second, depending on the time of day and the day itself. So everything loads pretty quick. There is really no complaints on this. Sometimes like any device it will get a hiccup or two, but I mean that even happens on iPads. Really, again, there is really no complaint about it. Of course, any website that you have previously loaded without clearing your history is going to load faster than if you've never gone to that website before. Just quickly go through a few of these websites and I'll show you guys just how quick it is. So you can see it's good, especially for a $110 device. It is a very decent device. Normal internet browsing, so you guys will have no issue with whatsoever. So I like it for internet browsing. I mean, that's the main thing I do. I pretty much just do internet browsing and YouTube. For a little bit I was playing Call of Duty. We'll get to that in a moment here. But let's go to YouTube first here. I'm going to turn down the volume there. I'm just going to show you guys one of my videos. This is on the Poetic Slim Folio case that I have, that I'm actually using at this moment. Nice case for only $10. on Amazon. So it looks good. You have a little bit of black lines for YouTube. On the apples, they are definitely bigger. It looks good. And it's a nice looking display. It is an HD display. Now, on the 10s, they call it a full HD. On here, they just call it HD. Again, I don't have the best eyes. That's saying it, putting it lightly. But this definitely looks good to me. I can't really tell the difference between this and even like my iPad that I showed before. So it is a very good display. One thing I will say though is compared to other Amazon devices and other devices that I have, this display, it does seem to be darker. Now I don't have it up all the way, about halfway. That's actually a little bit brighter than I normally keep my devices. The display itself, it just seems a little bit darker. I don't really know how to explain it. It just seems like a little bit of a darker display. It doesn't really have like the light bleed through it or anything else like that. It just seems like a darker display. Don't know how else to put that. Still very good looking. Do not take that as a negative. And it's darker compared to other devices. But it does not, to me again, it does not hurt the actual display quality. It's just a darker display. Alright, now we're going to Call of Duty. I'll show you guys how fast it loads, and I will show you the settings on here. And I can actually show off the speakers as well. Again, those are the dual speakers. And again, it does look better in person than it does through the camera and through YouTube, of course. So see, it loads, I don't know how long it took, 20 seconds? It looks good. I have no complaints again whatsoever on this. It looks pretty dang good, guys. Again, it looks better in person than it does on here. I do have a little bit of glare going on. Show you the settings though. You can only play it in low or medium. And then you have low, medium, or high. I think they've actually increased that. If I'm not mistaken, on my gaming video I did of this little guy, it was only doing low. So you can do low or medium. If you guys want to see some actual gameplay, go to my channel. I've done a video on that as well. But I will say though, besides from being a smaller screen, being 8 inches, which some people do prefer, of course, it is great. I don't have any complaints about gaming quality. I didn't really have any sort of glitching or anything like that. No real slowdowns. It works very, very well. And I just want to show off Google Play Store here. This is where I got Call of Duty. I've had people ask that before. There it is. I did not hack this whatsoever. I just downloaded Google Play Store off of Google, and there it is. So again, you can see how fast it loads. So my emphasis here is that this is a $110 device. It is about a third of what a base iPad cost, and it is a very nice device, guys. Sure, the display might not be as good as the more expensive devices, not even as good as, say, the hd8s, but again, it is still an HD display. It is still a very nice display. It's just not quite as good. Again, if you have bad eyes like me, you can't even tell the difference anyway. This is a very nice device. 110 bucks USD, 90 bucks if you only get the non-plus version, which I would not recommend since this is only $20 more. Definitely recommend spending the extra bit of moolah and getting a better device here. Again, 3 gigabytes of RAM. It just keeps stuff open. So that's the last thing I'm going to show off here. After having this for a month, I still recommend it like I did the first day I got it. Alright, so I'm going to keep it on here. Next, we will just go to books. Reading this book. It is called Chasing Kona. Good book. This is what the books look like as well. On the HD10, you actually do get dual pages. Again, that's just because you have a smaller display on here. Alright, let's see what else we want to go to. I'll go to my emails. I will go to camera. Let's go to the Google Play Store. Let's search for Call of Duty again. So this is just going to show off the RAM and how well it keeps stuff open. Go to cars.com. This device is set after about 20-30 minutes on the HD10. At least mine, it actually restarts itself. On this device, I've not had the issue yet. Again, it has to do with the extra RAM. So as I believe I said before, this does not have as good of a processor as HD10, but it has more RAM than HD10. So it really depends on what you're doing. The HD10 isn't that much faster. It's just a little bit faster. But again, this is better at keeping stuff open. Once this loads, I'll be right back. Alright, so now we will reopen these things. So you just hit the little square down there and it brings up all your apps that you have open here. So no reload. I didn't mean to do that, but no reload. Kindle, no reload. Email, no reload. Camera, a bit of a reload there. Play Store, no reload. Cars. Apparently I hit the calculator when I tried exiting it before. But you can see there, no reload. I'll go back to Call of Duty. No reload. So again, on the HD10, some of this stuff did reload. If you guys want to watch a video comparison between those, go to my channel. Yeah, so all in all, this is a fantastic device, especially for the price. Especially if you're looking for a smart device like this. Maybe you don't want that 10-inch device. Again, $110, so it's a little bit cheaper than the HD10 from 2019, which is $150. Again, those are United States prices. I definitely recommend this if you guys are looking for a budget, quote-unquote budget, I mean it is a budget, tablet that is not going to break your bank. Very nice device. Good for gaming, good for internet browsing, good for YouTubing. If you guys want to watch Netflix, anything like that, this is great. And you still get a headphone jack, which is really cool, unlike some other devices. So yes, I highly recommend this. $110, and again, I recommend getting the Plus version over the non-Plus version. Actually get better RAM, makes a huge difference. And I do have a comparison between this one and the non-HD version, if you guys want to see that. If you want to watch more videos on this device, go to my channel. I have a few other videos on it, and comparisons between it and other devices, as well as a few cases for this device. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was not too long. Did not mean for it to go on to almost 20 minutes. I will see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think of this awesome device, and let me know if you guys are buying one, or what other tablet you're going to be buying. Thank you guys. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.